Hi, I'm Jason Inman.
And I'm Ashley Victoria Robinson.
Welcome to Fan Theories, the videos where we take theories from the internet and we debate on whether they could be possible or not. Ashley is a professor and a professor of fan theology, direct from Stanford University. Ashley, today, what are we going to be talking about? What fan theory are we talking about?
We are unpacking who dies in Avengers Infinity War.
Well, that is great timing because a teaser came out that was pretty astounding. It had some great Alan Silvestri music and presented a lot of candidates for people who could die.
Yes.
All right. Ashley.
Yes, Jason.
Let's go through your evidence. Who's kicking the bucket? Who's dying? I want to know who's going to have their head ripped off by Thanos.
We can only hope. So before anyone gets out there and says, nobody's going to die in Infinity War, I want to cut you right off at the knees.
Whoa.
In a recent interview with Joe Blow, Kevin Feige, the god and savior of Marvel
the
Cinematic
Grand
Universe,
of the Marvel Universe,
was asked if Avengers Infinity War was the final chapter for some of these characters, to which he simply responded, yes.
Okay, he could. Now, let's open a little bit of a caveat here. He could. We don't know what Avengers 4 is yet, so that could be part of this.
That is true. He also went on to say, quote, "We have another 2 years of hard work to even finish these movies," which probably means both of the Avengers movies,
4.
like you brought up.
Because they were part 1 and part 2 for a while.
And they have a lot of hard work to do, so that's all we're thinking about is completing those and delivering on the promise of those. Where it goes beyond that, we'll see, end quote, which would seem to intone that maybe they don't know what the slate's gonna be.
Well, they have said that they have like another 19 films, but
that doesn't mean they're scheduled. It doesn't mean they're cast. It doesn't mean,
they're not cast. They're not written.
It means there's a board somewhere with 19 names.
Sure,
on
with
it.
like little pictures on it, stuff like that. But yeah, they're gonna wait to reveal what those are until we find out who dies.
Absolutely, and this, of course, has sparked a debate across the internet about which Avenger is going to die at Thanos' hands. Kind of like the last fan theory video, my personal theory actually coincides with what a lot of Reddit users are starting threads about, theorizing that Tony Stark's Iron Man is going to be the character who dies.
Who kicks it? Okay. Why?
Now, there is a really nice meta-narrative symbology in having the character who birthed the Marvel Cinematic Universe be the first one to make the ultimate sacrifice. I know Coulson died. We have seen other characters die, but we've never seen one of these mainstay Avengers kick the bucket. Robert Downey Jr., along with most of the founding Avengers, does have a contract currently in negotiation. He's not signed for any movies beyond Avengers 4.
Yep.
He also makes the most money off the back end. That means that even once he's been paid for his work, the more money the movie makes, the more money Robert Downey Jr. makes.
Making him a very expensive actor.
If he appears in it. So killing his character off would mean that there is that more of the profit from each film would stay in the film franchise and facilitate the funding of more MCU movies with greater ease.
Makes an Avengers movie cheaper, which
is
always a good thing.
And it makes producing more Avengers movies even easier. We do already have an Iron Man type character cast who could replace him in universe with Don Cheadle's Iron Patriot.
But Ashley, we saw Civil War and his legs got hurt.
You're not wrong, but they got unhurt by the end of it. Fun fact, though, Rhodey was actually Iron Man. He was Iron Man in the comic books for quite a while, so it wouldn't be an unprecedented move by Marvel.
Fun fact, when I started reading Iron Man comic books, because Iron Man is one of my favorite. I have 3 Marvel loves. I have the Fantastic Four, Daredevil, and Iron Man, because Iron Man, I bought him because he had a shiny cover, and the Iron Man cover where he was fighting Fin Fang Foom, Rhodey was Iron Man. And Tony Stark was in a coma because he was in a car accident.
Yeah.
So for me, when I first got into that, Rhodey, I like Rhodey. Rhodey's cool.
I like Rhodey too, and I like Don Cheadle.
In the comic books and in the movies, I like Rhodey.
So I would be totally down for that.
Sure.
In the recent Infinity War trailer that Jason alluded to, Iron Man is never seen with other members of the Avengers team. But Iron Patriot is.
You mean War Machine?
War Machine, that's what I mean. Yep.
Hasn't been Iron Patriot since Iron Man 3. It's all right.
Sorry, guys. War Machine is. So what if his death was early in the movie, and like Coulson, this is the push that the rest of the characters need to come back together to unify to fight Thanos?
How much more of your evidence do you have? Because there is something to unpack there.
All right,
we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. There's a specific shot in that trailer.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
Okay, that deals with Tony. Okay.
Yeah. So this version of Tony Stark in the MCU saw visions of the future where he was responsible for destroying destroying the Avengers. We saw these unpacked a little bit in Age of Ultron.
Yep.
Then he actually did destroy the Avengers in Civil War.
Through bureaucracy.
True, but he did. They weren't dead, but he did destroy the Avengers. In this same vision from Age of Ultron, all the other Avengers were dead. So from a structural standpoint and from a storytelling standpoint, it would be interesting if Tony had to die to save all of his friends instead of the other way around like he originally saw. Almost nobody in universe likes Tony right now, and his character is in a serious need of a real redemption arc. And
Spider-Man likes him.
Spider-Man is the only person, and he's a child.
That's
so
true. He has a
Pshaw, Spider-Man.
bad opinions.
Pshaw.
Yep.
In the Infinity War trailer, again, we do see Thanos pretty savagely beating on Iron Man, including punching him across the face to where he collapses and can't get up, which could be either the beginning or the end of Tony's death scene. And then the sort of cherry on top is that Robert Downey Jr. is the oldest cast member.
Yeah.
Which is why most of the Iron Man stuff is either him on a green screen inside the suit or a CG double fighting sort of when we're looking outside the suit. So if Tony were recast or Riri Williams were to be introduced as Ironheart, then you could have somebody with better combat training who's younger, who probably has a bit more athletic prowess.
Who's cheaper.
Who's frankly cheaper, do some of their own stunts, and we could finally see some of the Iron Man fights that we are all hoping for. So that's the end of my evidence. You want to circle back to the trailer?
Yes, because you didn't bring up the thing that I was talking about.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
There is a shot in the trailer. There are several shots where you see Thanos in like an orange environment.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people theorize that this is not Earth. And
Earth's not orange?
it's very orange, and it kind of looks like Tatooine and stuff like that, because you see his little Stargate and a couple places. You see it floating over Manhattan, and you see Thanos sort of walk out of a Stargate on this orange planet.
Yeah, he looks
now,
like Homer Simpson.
the planet where there's a shot of Tony in sort of his idea. I guess maybe Doctor Strange teleports him there.
Yes.
We don't know. Tony's looking around. He's in that hoodie that he's wearing with Doctor Strange. He's on the orange planet as well. And then the punch of Iron Man happens on the orange planet. Now, there are some crazy theories out there as well. I'm bringing up some theories as well.
Absolutely.
I'm working on
Help
my
my case.
PhD. That this planet could be Xandar, the home of the Nova Corps, because guess what Xandar has on their planet right now?
What, Jason?
An Infinity Stone. And that this could be the first stop of Thanos, and then somehow, you know, like Iron...
Because we do see also the shot of him putting the stones in the gauntlet.
Yes, yes. We see all of them except for one.
Yes.
Now, the interesting thing about this is that this could still fit into your theory that if Iron Man somehow goes there and gets killed on Xandar.
Yeah.
There's also another big rumor that the Hulkbuster that we see in the trailer that we haven't seen since Age of Ultron doesn't have Tony in it.
I didn't find that in my research.
There's a rumor that Bruce Banner is in that Hulkbuster armor.
Also, that way you get him to like serve the same purpose, but not have to Hulk out.
Well, there's a little bit there. I'm not quite.
Sure.
The shot of Bruce Banner, he's standing by. He's definitely in Wakanda. You can tell that he's in Wakanda, and he's standing by the arm of the Hulkbuster.
Yes,
People thinking that he's tinkering with it. But there's also a later shot where Hulk is full on. So people are like, well, maybe at the beginning of the movie he's figured out how to chill out.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the movie they're like, no, we need like maybe Captain America punches him and is like, yo, we need full on Hulk. I really like the idea that Tony dies simply for the idea that he begins this idea and then he ends this idea, because there are a lot of rumors out there too that Kevin Feige might be hopping away from Marvel because he might be like I told my 10-year story and that's it, I'm done. It's all in your hands, Russo brothers.
Can I give you my final fan theory about why Tony should die in this movie?
Sure.
Because we've seen the Jarvis personality, that famous AI, become the Vision.
Yep.
People really like Paul Bettany as the Vision.
And he looks human in this trailer.
He does look human in the new trailer, which is really cool. So why not, if Tony dies, have Tony's voice be the voice of the new Jarvis system at the Avengers HQ?
Oh, okay. So if we have a Riri, and it becomes Ironheart, they're the new War Machine
steps up or whatever.
That way, we only need Robert Downey for VO work that he can record on his iPhone.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that. They did sort of a thing of that in Secret Empire in Marvel Comics.
There you go. There's comics
precedent. So you know what? I think Iron Man dies. I do. I think this theory is very likely. Now, whether that happens in Infinity War or whether that happens in Avengers Part 4, which we have no idea what it is, I think this theory is very likely. I do think the Marvel Trinity is going to sort of go away.
I agree.
With the exception of Captain America. I think Captain America might stick around. He might be the one. But I think...
but he's got a beard now.
I think Thor is going to become like full-on king and just leave.
That'd be cool.
And I do think Tony dies. I think Tony really dies.
I think if nobody dies, it's a missed opportunity.
Sure.
For the weight and heft of the story they're trying to tell.
Yeah, Thanos should kill one of the original Avengers. One of the people in Avengers 1, he should just like... And to be honest with you, the most likely suspect is Tony, especially for the Civil War sins. You got to make him a Tony. So there you go. So go down to the comments, tell us who you think is going to die in Infinity War, suggest some more fan theories, and click subscribe.
And why not click on one of the videos popping up on the screen? And for more exclusive geeky content, go to patreon.com/Jawiin.
See you later, super friends. Avoid Thanos' punches.